What up, I'm DJ drummer Steve Walker. This is EDM Nightlife. EDM.
Hello and welcome to EDM Nightlife Show. I'm your host, Chris Aurelius.
What's up? I'm Serendipity. And this week we're visiting Sitara Hookah Lounge and Foundation Room, having in-depth conversations with Steve Walker and Michael Toast.
First, let's see what's happening in Vegas nightlife.
Well, there you go. These events should keep you busy for a while.
It's always busy out here. For example, let's see what's going on at Sitara Hookah Lounge on Saturdays.
What's up? I'm Victoria Starr, and we're here at Sitara Hookah Lounge off the Silverado Ranch, voted #1 hookah lounge in Las Vegas.
Great venue. Check them out on Saturdays at Silverado Ranch and Bermuda.
And next, we have Steve Walker, a DJ and percussionist, who had a talk with Chris. Let's see what he had to say.
Tonight we have a very special guest, Steve Walker.
How you doing?
Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Quick question, where are you from?
I'm from California and Greece. It's right up from the coast of Athens. Greece is a place of true EDM nightlife. You know, growing up there was, without words to explain, you have to see for yourself, but you have no limit on, or age limit for nightlife, or smoking, drinking, and clubbing and that stuff. So I was exposed to, you know, EDM nightlife from 13 years old. So I was going to all the clubs in different islands. We have over 1,000 islands over there, so we've got about 100 Ibizas, you know, kind of things over there. So, see, it was 2001 is when I moved out from Greece, and I did 2 years of jazz school in San Francisco, and realized, like, you know, it wasn't for me. I was already established, and so I started my own record label, based it off of a recording studio, and then started gigging out in San Francisco, a little underground scene there. Did a couple like commercial gigs, but it was still like more European, like head candy kind of house, which at the time was okay.
What brought you to Vegas?
Vegas?
From Greece to San Francisco, all of a sudden Las Vegas. How did that happen?
Well, the thing is like this. They say whether you're Greek or if you live in Greece or if you know Greeks, you're stuck into the degrees of separation, which is by one. So it was like the Greeks called. We did a little tour a 4-day tour. You know, we did some MGM clubs like Taboo, Studio 54. Did some after parties for the Great Food Festival, which is at the end of the month. And then we had a buddy of mine had a gig at Tao, and then I introduced myself to the guys at Tao because they were all New York guys, and I told them where I used to play, you know, early 90s. They're like, oh, you know, so you really are in part of the scene.
What do you think about Las Vegas becoming the new, let's say, Ibiza or Greece or?
There was a little funny, like, little local fight with people online. Some renowned host said like, oh, this is the new Ibiza. It's not. It's more so it could be like the next Miami. Ibiza is Ibiza. You know, we're in America. Don't be fooled. Vegas is. It could be. You could say it's more. It's the new home of EDM. That's what I think. You know, and EDM is international.
And now on top of your DJing, you also do percussion, which is a major part of what you do as well.
Yes, that's what, you know. I can't. You know. Hence, I'm surprised I wore the shirt today. It says I'm unique, but that's what makes my DJ sets a little bit more unique, is the fact that I incorporate live musicianship through the form of house music. I do a lot of live percussion and, you know, melodic, you know, rhythmitation and vocal stuff. So I try to always do, like, it's almost like live remixing. So I always try to enhance a track or bring out, you know, an element in the track that you wouldn't expect.
Anything that you want to say to the up-and-coming producers / DJs coming up in Vegas?
Yes. Educate yourself on what, you know, being a DJ evolved to. You know, get on a pair of turntables and learn how to mix 2 records before you touch a computer. Just so you have to have that under your hands, that you felt that, and you know what, like it's a memory thing. Like you have to tell your body to do something and prepare to something, and not just have something do it for you. And then that's how you learn how to DJ. DJ is a physical craft, not a digital craft.
Steve Walker, the man, the DJ, the percussionist, the producer, thank you so much for coming onto the show.
Thank you for having me.
What are the websites we can check you out on?
All the social networks, everything from Facebook to Twitter, /DJ Steve Walker. Check out all my mixes and original music at soundcloud.com/DJ Steve Walker.
Steve Walker, give it up for him. My name is Chris Aurelius. This is EDM Nightlife Show. Keep a lookout for us. We will be keeping you posted. Steve really has a unique style when it comes to playing percussions with his DJ sets. Not something you see every day.
I know I don't. Let's take a look at a prime regular bass music event. Dub Church at the gorgeous Foundation Room high above the Las Vegas Strip in Mandalay Bay.
Then we'll sit down with Michael Toast and he can tell us what he's been up to. And trust me, it's been a lot. But first, let's check out these EDM sound bites from local artists.
another EDM Nightlife review. We're here at Mandalay Bay at Dub Church and Foundation Room with resident DJ Michael Toast.
I like your furry microphone.
We can use that later.
EDM, baby.
Michael, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Chris, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
First of all, where are you from?
Born and raised in New York City and in Long Island, New York, but I've been out in Vegas for about 14 years now. I come from a crew called Caffeine, and you know, they were involved in pretty much starting the whole East Coast rave scene along with guys in DC like, you know, Scott Henry and stuff. And I was mentored by some of the greatest DJs in the world, stood by them, never asked them how to do what they do, but you know, when you're standing around Frankie Bones and Danny Tenaglia and Roger Sanchez and things like that, and they definitely have an influence on what you can do. Do you have anywhere in particular you really want to go and perform to just, you know, show, you know, your true colors? Well, it's funny you should say that. Actually, yeah. About a couple months ago, two friends of mine and I got together and we started a party called Dub Church, and it's, you know, 100% our party. We put our friends on, our DJs on, we play the records that we want to play. We don't compromise any of the music that's played at all. Nobody ever comes up, and no offense to Lady Gaga, I love Lady Gaga, but nobody comes over and asks for a top 40 Lady Gaga song, you know? And the people that go there, it's an actual scene again. So it's something that's hasn't made me excited in a really long time. It's something that Vegas has been missing out on. I think with, especially with dubstep being, it's like such a new genre to certain people, and certain people's palates don't know it yet, where house music's been drilled into people's heads for the last 30 years, you know? I'm starting to see more people that are actually passionate about the music, more so than the fair weather house fan.
All of a sudden now that this electronic music scene has become so popular and almost, you know, just overflowing in Las Vegas, do you think that's more now catering towards the commercial side of it, or do you think that, you know, there's still room for the underground? Well, I think there's room, I always think there's room for a producer to come here and play whatever the fuck he wants, especially if people are like into his 3 tracks. You know, like Afrojack can get away with murder, and so could David Guetta. Steve Aoki's brilliant. I mean, I think they have the relationship, with their audience based on their production, you know, and so that's why they get away with a little bit more. But my whole point is, even in a situation like that, like what happened at that big club that I was at the other night, was that this artist was doing what he does, and the fair weather fans were not responding. But they're still gonna go home and tell everybody that they had a bitchin' time at that club, because that's the club to have a bitchin' time at. Whether they had it or not, or whether they understood, or whether they were raised or elevated by this music or anything like that, is a whole nother thing. That's not why they're in it. And that's kind of part of like the blessing and the curse to all of this. And I understood why guys that were my seniors when I was coming up in the scene, why they was so adamant about making it an invite-only, handout flyer party. You had to be invited. It had to be like, you had to go to different places and map points to get to the party. And that was to keep the party pure. And now this electronic dance music scene, you know, the EDM nightlife, do you have any ideas or thoughts you would like to give out to the, you know, up and coming aspiring DJs and producers who would like to, you know, get involved in this, especially in Las Vegas? I mean, it is a tough gig out here, you know, when it comes to that, because there's so many people who want to do this. What are your thoughts on that? My thought is again, don't take yourself too seriously. Realize that in the back of your head, you have to convince yourself, or say to yourself, or have an honest discussion with yourself and go, would I do this for free? If nobody ever fucking paid me, would I do this for free? My answer was yes. And I'm sure your fans, I'm sure you have already a good following. Where can they check you out on? Any websites? You can catch me on Facebook, either Facebook, Twitter, or SoundCloud, and it's all Michael Toast or DJ Michael Toast. On my SoundCloud.com/Michael Toast, you can get all my mixes and all my music and stuff like that. Just go on Google me. That sounds so trendy and lame, doesn't it? Like, Google me. But I'm being honest, like, you know, and it's funny, there is a Mike Toast, M-I-K-E Toast, a buddy of mine from Toronto.
So I'm not the same guy.
Same time, so not Mike Toast, but Michael Toast we should check out for.
Yeah.
Michael Toast, you heard it from him. This is an amazing guy. He's playing on Sunday at Dub Church at Foundation Room. Make sure you check him out. Also, keep a lookout for him on the internet sites. This is Chris Aurelius, EDMNightlife.com. Keep it locked.
Well, there you have it. Another exciting night on the town with EDM Nightlife. We had a great time with Michael Toast. Oh, God, he's funny. Dub Church is definitely fun to visit.
Check out next week's episode right here on EDMNightlife.com. We'll bring you more entertainment and more music from artists in Las Vegas.
Sign up for free membership and get exclusive access to more extended interviews. Be active on the site for a chance to win an EDM hookup bundle.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.